Good morning, everybody, and happy, what is it today? Hold on. Yes, it's Thursday. Good morning and happy Thursday. If you're with me here in the Discord or in the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. We have SW, Gary, Acumen, Butters, Amateur Genius, Vibe Trade, Dust, Yuri, Tiger Trader, Kelvin, Cyrus, Shelly, Druss, Repberg, Sunny Dude, National, Fayano, Luke, Blacklung, Robino, Alex, Mike, Fat Citizen, Ethan, Session Flow, Spastric, Double G, Scott Trades, Twin Trade, Dylan, Big Sexy, Humble, RC, Darren, Arrow Squad. Good morning. Morning, Sparky Trader. Morning, G-Lines, Luna Trades. Good morning. Grigo El Diablo, Trader Page. Good morning, Big Kahuna, Randy, Mike, Mason. Good morning, everybody. Got a lot of folks in here early. Do me a favor, hit that lucky like button nice and early. The market is just tearing straight down right now. We have a big little drop. We have a big drop here in the indices. I was kind of hoping that I could jump onto a short here, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get on now. This is the trouble with, I kept on wanting to get in here. I had to write the memo, wanted to get in here. Missed it. Anybody short in this market right now? Anyone at all? Would assume that people are short in this market, right? Past four combines from earlier this week. Nice. Now before data, Billy's on. Little Stegs is on. Nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, we are seeing a lot of overhead orders being placed into this and then continuing to roll over. I think we can get as low on this move as like 669. Find it so hard to hold my trades. I was in at 21,290. What got you out of it? 21,290. Oh, you're a long 21,290. Crazy. Dope. Just closed up 1,100 profit, locked it for the day. Nice. There you go. Sweet. Let's see what happens if they take these 72 offers. They're tickling it. Let's see. What do you think about the first experience with Phil on the table? It was good. He was, we'll talk poker a little bit, but yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. It's cool to be able to say that I've beat Phil Ivey on a pot, and I have video proof of it. It's a good hand. Actually surprised he didn't call the turn, but anyway. I quit shortly. We'll talk poker in a little bit. Let's talk about what's happening with the markets today, shall we? We actually have a pretty jam-packed day. Tomorrow's going to be pretty docile, so today's going to be like the final firecracker of the week here. A nice bounce there in the NQ. Big old final firecracker of the week here, and that comes in the form of a couple different things. At 8:15, we get the ECB rate decision. At 8:30, we get the PPI final demand for November. We also get the initial and continuing jobless claims, as we do everything single Thursday. But this is a special one because this is the one before the next rate decision in the U.S. here. Berkey is one lucky guy those three sessions. I think he made $700,000 betwixt the three sessions. If not, pretty close, like 675, 700,000. Which is nice. Good for Berkey. That's awesome. I'm happy for him. Did try to have some fun at his expense last night, which was great. But it's all in good fun. Good morning, Gold Chest Club. Good morning, Gary. Acumen says I may run out of combines today. Good problem to have, it sounds like. Great latter half of the poker games. Looked like he got some good cards. I mean, it was okay. All 3 days, I'm just be honest, all 3 days, except for the very first day, I was pretty card dead, which is annoying. Poker, at least the way I play, is very big on momentum. A lot with the way that I trade too. Very big on momentum. So if I don't have momentum, I don't really have chips that I can start to splash around and everything. Because if you try to get too loose too early, you'll run out of firepower. And I don't want to be continually adding money on the table. One thing I could have done was add money to my stack yesterday. Could have, added like a couple $100,000 more. But I was exhausted. The table wasn't a good dynamic. There wasn't a lot of, it had some decent pots and everything, but for the most part, I did my best with what I had in front of me. And I feel like I did pretty good. If I was very behind in hands, I was laying it down. If I was ahead, I was pushing the gas, and I made do with what I had. Not everybody can be Berkey, get dealt aces, and all of your opponents get dealt kings and eights and tens and ace queen, and everybody's firing into the pot. Yeah. What a dream that would be. Feel bad for Dylan, though. Poor Dylan. He made back all the money he lost. And then, unfortunate situation there. Super sad. What are you going to do, though? That's poker. I'm exhausted, though. It was a fun 3 days. I'm not going to be playing again on stream until January 25th. So, that was it. That's pretty much it for the WPT cash game. It was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate everybody tuning into that because we had so much fun. Had a lot of Rips Raiders in chat. It was awesome. It's great. A lot of support. And I think we made the best of what we had, with what we could do there. Morning Ribs got some of the WPT last night. You got dealt some BS hands. Good showing. A good show of knowing when to fold them. Yeah. Made do with what we could, Ribs are becoming quite a celebrity in this household. My daughter asked if we were married, and I said yes. She said I could take her. Told her you were 5'6" tall. A little bit taller. She said, never mind, you owe me. Do you think that poker is play luck? No. There's a lot of skill involved. If you don't have a good hand, you can pretend you have a good hand and convince your opponent that you have a good hand. It's a very dynamic, skill-based game, in my opinion. Trading is much in the same way. It's very dynamic and skill-based. And if you're getting in your money right when you have positive expectancy, then you should do very well. Should do very, very well. Nick and Berkey were fun to watch. After he left, he kept calling him Big D. I was so tired. I haven't watched any of the stream myself. I checked a couple hands just to make sure that I was correct on my reads, which was crazy. My reads were on point, and that was it. I didn't get to see any of the chat or anything, so I'm going to be playing catch up this evening. I was supposed to go and play Bellagio this morning at 10 a.m., but I don't think I'm going to because I'm on Fast Markets today. And it'd be a weird Fast Markets broadcast to do from Bellagio. So, commentator said Rips has no fear last night. What was I doing where he said I had no fear? I feel like there was no situations that sets that up. Did they hook you up with some packages to give away in the MC? No, they didn't give me anything. But there might be something coming across soon. We hammered the chat so hard yesterday to get your name in the YT title. They put you top billing. Yeah, that was cool. Everybody was there for, there was nobody, 1,500 people extra maybe tuned in for Ivy, but we know who everybody is really there to see. Just sucks. Imagine if those 3 days I ran like Berkey. Oh, would have been so much more entertaining. But it's okay. There's going to be plenty more streams in the future. We're going to hang out a lot more, doing some poker content. I'm glad that everybody enjoyed the poker content. And I'm glad that we all had a good time. And thankfully, I did not let anybody down. That was my whole goal. I said, I'm going to play my best, play my heart out. I can't control the cards that are being dealt to me, but I'm going to try to put on a good show. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to make everybody who's spending their time tuning into that, I'm going to try to make everybody proud. And that was my whole goal. Hopefully I did everybody well on that goal. So, all right, we do have, like I said, ECB rate decision coming out here in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. They are expected to cut, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. What are they saying? I'm pretty sure it's a cut. Oh, MP was there. That's awesome. Where is the... I have a pounding headache right now. There was a headline out from Trump where he said we will use Ukraine support as leverage versus Russia supports preserving the filibuster, which allows a minority in the Senate to block legislation. If that prevents the passage of bills, though, through Congress, he says he will use executive action. So that was a quote from Time Magazine there. Hopefully you land a Go sponsorship too. They got some good shots. I thought they did too. They're local here in Vegas. Maybe they're going to be interested in sponsoring some people there. Came to watch Rips win, stayed to watch Berkey lose. He didn't lose. Dude can't lose. Literally getting hit in the face of the deck. It's just like, oh, let me play king 6. I'll get king on a flop, 6 on a turn. Like every single hand that I was folding too, this is how you know you're running bad. Even every single hand that I'm folding showed up nowhere. Showed up nowhere. But, you know, it's just like trading. You have to exhibit patience. The more patient that you are, the better you will fare. You can't just take every trade that comes across your desk. You have to be very, very patient and selective, just like in poker. All right, let's see. The all-in pick. Oh, that's funny. Oh, goodness. Berkey acted out of turn with that angle. I missed it. What happened? What did Berkey do? And Berkey's a great player. I have no shade against Berkey. Berkey's a great player. He handled it very, very well. 1 minute, folks. 1 minute till the ECB rate decision. Fold against his kings was masterclass. I was needling him too because I knew he had pocket kings, and I'm like, oh, you have king 8. It was just getting under his skin, and I think it worked because I got him to play back at me when it's like he had queens full and I had aces full. It was pretty good. I was proud of myself for that. I feel like I extracted the maximum from him there. I feel like it was the perfect amount, and then to hit him with the slow roll needle was so good. Yeah, they're chasing it up a little bit here on. I was very entertained myself by that. Good times. We are pushing up a little bit here. There's a little bit of support here at 710s, but I think that's just fake. We'll see what happens. It was Berkey night every night. I know. He needed that slow roll. All right, let's see what happens here. 10 seconds. Good luck, everybody. I don't have a position on. Let's go ahead and jump over to Bookmap and watch this. Here we go. I think they're expecting 25 basis point cut. Yep, there you go. 25 basis points, as expected. Look at Bookmap going crazy here on this news. Nobody cares. That's a very subdued reaction, to be honest with you. Listening. I'm so sick of hearing those two words together. Data dependent, data dependent, data dependent. Like, dude, we've heard it a million times during this cycle. They're going to follow a data dependent approach. All right, so Mag 7, very subdued reaction. S&P's very subdued reaction. We are bouncing off the lows ever so slightly. What's that red line on my Bookmap? Which one? What red line? You're talking about like the liquidity? This stuff is just liquidity represented. The darker the line, the more liquidity. So that's a 60 lot. That's a 32 lot. 30 lot, 19 lot. That's why they're darker. Does balance transfer from evaluation to paid account when past evaluation? No, it does not. Your XFAs start at a $0 balance, which is nice because you can actually keep track of how much profit you have in them pretty easily. What's up, Master Trader Rick? Good morning. 22 away to pass a 150K combine. Nice work. Take it slow, buddy. Red line equals Berkey lines. All right, well, now that's out of the way. We're going to be having the PPI coming out next. So PPI is coming out in 13 minutes. 13 minutes, everybody. Yeah, Trump rings the bell today. That's right. NYSE, the NYSE. Trader Page says, Rips, I don't know if you noticed because you haven't watched, but the camera was on you the entire time. You're Stop it. Okay. You folks are trolling me. Rips, in the big inning of the show, they were giving you bad cards. It's part of the game, though. You're going to get bad cards. And this is, I mean, look, in trading, I feel like you learn a lot more from your losses than you're going to learn from your wins most of the time. In poker, if you're not getting hit in the face with the deck a la Berkey in those 3 days, there's a lot that you can learn to sharpen your game. And what I wanted to review in my own game, and it's nice that I can see all the hole cards now, is was I making the right folds at the right time? Was I aggressive at the right times? Could I have taken my opponents off of anything? And then I can learn from that, and then I could use that to my advantage to, hone my game there. So I thought I played very well on all 3 days. First day I could have, first day if I would have ran it once, I would be up like 400 grand. Same thing if I would have ran it once against Dylan when I had King Queen, I should have just ran it once. Would have had this straight there. But anyway. Folding your cards, reinforce the concept of waiting for our trades and setting up the probabilities in our favor. It's very, very true. And it's also like if you know that your opponent is going to be sticky with a hand, meaning they're not going to come off of a hand, it's impossible to win if you have worse cards, right? There's nothing that you can possibly do. I can't ask the dealer for 2 new cards, but how do you read your book map? It looks like oil paintings. Any good points you could share to read it well? For me personally, the way that I learned to teach myself, hold on, I gotta turn down these squawks. They're screaming in my ears. They're going to keep policy restrictive. Okay, we get it. They're screaming about this. It's not that big of a deal. The market doesn't care. Jeez. All right. What was it? Bookmap. Yeah, so Bookmap, the way that I taught myself Bookmap was very simple. I would record my screen and then go back with the gift of hindsight. Bookmap has a built-in recording feature if you have the paid version that you can go back and look at certain areas of the market during certain times with the gift of hindsight and predict with knowing what happens and seeing it unfold in real time. You can watch it back in real time and then see how the liquidity patterns change, see what they're doing in the order book, see how liquidity is swept, taken, exchanged, whatever. And that's how I taught myself. And you do it over and over, your brain starts to form pattern recognition. It took me about a year before I started to get it working in my advantage. For that first year, there was a ton of false positives where it would look like I knew what was going to happen, and that wasn't the case. And so after a year's time, it started to work in my favor. But for that first year, it was a lot of false positives being thrown my way. So very difficult to use, but once you have it, and once you start to master it, I think it's a beneficial tool, and I use it as a key. It's a keystone to my trading, cornerstone, I guess. All right, let's see here. For the dome to show bids and offers on a specific price level, do you need to subscribe to level 2? Yes, because otherwise you're only going to have the top of book, which is going to be level 1. It's only going to show you the bid and the offer. So yes, you must have. I have full depth. So you want to have full depth if you want to see all of the orders that are resting there. Where can we follow your poker games? I post on Twitter and Instagram whenever I'm playing in the private cash games. But the stream was on the WPT YouTube channel. You can go back and watch the last 3 days. The streams are up there live. Ribs, good morning. Would you consider the 10:45 a.m. Eastern 15-minute candle an order block? We have a break of structure, but slightest bit of inefficiency. Let's see. 10:45 yesterday? Are you talking about 10:45 yesterday? Let's see here. Let's see. Go to the trading view here thing. 10:45. No, I want to see liquidity swept higher there. So no, I would not. Definitely not. Who was the senior tilt guy? I don't know if he wants me to say his name, but I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna. I have no idea. I'm gonna respect his privacy, but he's senior tilt. That's all we're gonna say. Got an email saying I'm behind, or I'm being looked at for live means I'm getting that call soon. It depends. If you continue to trade well, there's a good chance. Sure. It may. Yeah, it may be something. Poor Schwan ran bad. She did. There's a lot of people that ran bad. Marcus played really, really well too. And I thought Marcus ran bad. Hey, Rip, what website to look at to determine the news information? There's a free one that I suggest. It is this one, Trading Economics, right here. You had X-ray vision with your folds. Thank you, Trader Page. Watched a poker game last night. I'm actively trying to learn poker. Poker, again, I highly recommend to anybody who's a trader to pick up poker as a hobby. I think you will benefit from it tremendously. There's a lot of websites that you can play on that are free. There's also like the WSOP play money game online. I think that's a great way to practice too. But approach it as a hobby and don't try to like treat poker as a way that you're going to make money. Treat it as a hobby and get into it for a hobby because you enjoy the game. Lenny says, hey, Ripper just closed out over 16 days of 200 plus. Nice. Let's go. Heck yes. Needs a chip shuffling sound filter. My Spurger brain can handle it. You know what's funny is that I got a lot of questions about that actually. Like, doesn't the chip shuffling sound bother you? And it's like, I've been playing poker for so long, I don't even hear the chips anymore. I really don't. It just like, it's background noise. It's white noise. I don't hear it in the same way. Like, I'm not concentrating, unless I'm meditating, I'm not concentrating on my breathing. It's a involuntary action that my body's doing. I'm not thinking about like, okay, breath in, breath out. Like, I'm not thinking about it as I'm breathing here. It's the same thing with chips and shuffling chips. You just don't hear it after you've been playing poker for long enough. And I'm being serious about that. Like, play at the Commerce, it will kill your hearing, the chip. Yeah, Commerce is exactly that. Like, it's one of the loudest ones there. Rips, did you watch tape on your trading? I always would record my screen and then go back and watch my trading. You should do it too. obsproject.com, obsproject.com. And it's a lightweight way to record your entire screen. You can set it up in a really nice way that records your screen and then go back and watch your game film, and you'll probably find out that your trading, your trades are happening in a much more extended period of time than they actually are. And you're probably acting too fast. You're probably not leaving your trades on for long enough. For the most part, I would assume. Savage says, going back to watching the replay, will it give you edge against the other players in the future? It will definitely help my own game because I'll see, where I was kind of fumbling the ball. I think I did pretty well though, like given the situation. Squid Game is a whole different thing too, where it's like it changes the dynamics of the game. By the way, 5 minutes exactly, we'll have the PPI coming out and we'll talk about that there. Rips, were you wearing two watches at the table? No, I was wearing my regular watch, and then this is called a Whoop, and this is like, this tracks your meat suit. This tracks all of your vitals and everything, and it helps me take care of my body. So did Mrs. Rips have fun? We saw her in the background. Did you? Was she visible on camera? That's funny. She had a great time. I love her because she's so supportive. She's like my number one fan. I love that. It's so cool. I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed to have that in my life. I'm like, I don't know how I'm such a lucky person, but there's a lot of things in life where I just like take a step back and I'm like, dude, I could be the luckiest person alive. It's crazy. I'm very blessed to have a woman like that. It's insane. Very, very lucky. Any advice on when to scale up? Later than sooner. Much later than sooner. I would not be scaling up in a hurry. I would stick to, find a size that you're comfortable with and spend that time in that zone for months. Don't try to rush and get out of there, because you scale up too quickly, you're going to lose your way, in my opinion. It's going to get very, very hairy. It's not going to be fun. Don't do that. Stay at a size that you're comfortable with, Rips, your poker face would make a Tibetan mud. How much did you walk away with, Rips? I don't know. Yesterday was like break even, like maybe $5,000 to $10,000 at best, But in that game, that's like break even, That's very small. Like Berkey made $350K or $400K, whatever he made. So, yeah. Cards dealt is like the charts. You act based on what you're dealt with. Exactly right. And that's why I think that more traders should be playing poker. Exactly right. Oh, I lost my way in chat here. Why was the dealer doing 2 rows of 5 cards? If they're running 2 boards, it's a way to soften the blow and preserve bankrolls. It's just good for variance, right? Senior Tilt made money and left. He was too important for that game. He was a character. But yeah. Being card dead is the worst, but still fun watching and supporting. Thank you. Running it twice seemingly allows for chop over 80% of the time. Doesn't it feel like that? Yeah. I mean, it was nice to see people running the board one time, yesterday. It was actually nice. If I, like I said, if I ran once on the first day, I'd be up a bundle there. I'd be up like $500,000. How was meeting Rampage? He seems to have gone on till. He's a very nice person. I will say that. I thought Ethan was an extremely nice person, and I hope that we can possibly do some things in the future there. Doug Polk and Jolie will review that angle that Berkey pulled. Was it yesterday? Can somebody let me know about the Berkey angle? Because I want to find this. Was it yesterday that he pulled some type of angle? As a poker player, I can say that you played very well, exceptionally well, considering the crappy cards you were dealt. Thank you, Will. Appreciate you. All right, 2 minutes here. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. We'll get back to these questions shortly. Yeah, I think Ethan's a very nice person. I thought he's a very, very nice person. I will say that. And I don't just say that lightly. I mean, if I think somebody is lame or not a good person, I'll come out and say that. Very forthcoming about that. All right, PPI previews are out. Let's see what we're looking at here. And jobless claims. Jobless claims, we're looking for 220,000 for initial jobless claims, continuing claims at 1.88 million. PPI, we're looking at in line for month over month, 0.2%, same as last time. Year over year, 20 basis points hotter at 2.6%. So good luck, everybody. I'm probably not going to trade the initial, but maybe we'll trade the reaction. Let me get this queued up. Let's see. I'm not super juiced on trading a move like this, but we shall see. 30 seconds, everybody. Check your positions in the gate, please. Did you get that heat map and level 2 data with Bookmap? I use Bookmap's subscription to Rhythmic. Here we go, everybody. Let's see. Big swath of data here. Let's see. Order book is cleared out. Be very careful. It's very thin. Whoa, jobless claims, 242,000, well above the 220,000. PPI is mainly in line. A lot of figures in PPI. They're mainly in line. Some are a little bit hotter. Yeah, kind of subdued on that reaction, isn't it? I mean, obviously we about a 30 handle range, but not a lot of prints within that range. Is there a trade here? Not thinking so. I'm going to let this settle. I'll be right back with you, folks. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to let this settle. Don't go anywhere. we're back. Looks like I missed the bigger move. Dang. I didn't expect that at all. Thing just started hammering down. Somebody sold a big order into that. Anybody catch that to the downside there? That's insane. No rips today? Just AI. Man, that's insane. I didn't expect that big of a flushacito there. Crazy. Crazy. I still don't want to take this because it just feels a little wonky. Yeah. Nvidia's starting to roll. Google's starting to roll. We do have some downside room. Maybe. Get into something here. Boy, if we could break down below 668, right? Let's see here. Watching on these little pumps back up. I just fear like 668 is going to pop back up. Yeah, I'm going to wait. All right, going back up here. Let's get... Okay, here we go. Going back to all of these questions here. Yeah, somebody's got to tell me about the Berkey angle. Rips, when you had a bad hand and the river isn't going your way, can you ask the dealer for a free reset? Yes, you can. It only costs $100,000. Wow, Nvidia's coming straight down. All right, I'm going to take this short here. Nvidia's just ripping to the downside here, and S&Ps are at this huge inflection point where it could really start to roll. If we break through 668 here, oh my goodness, it's going to be Coitons, I tell you. Go through 668, come on. That'd be so sick. It's a huge area of the market if we break through this. Okay, there's your 68s. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's chunking. Oh, baby. Don't bounce at 668. Don't do that. That's no fun. Let's see. There's a big exchange down here just above 660. We have liquidity at 650 as well. This could be a very big unwind if it continues. I'm watching here. See if we can get below 660. 650 now. There we go. Okay. Oh, shoot. I'm trying to do this. Okay, got out one. And then I'm going to get one more. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted. I like spazzed out for a minute there. I like froze like a deer in headlights because I'm like trying to click the button to peel out one and I was on 10. Like, I almost just added 10 lots to the position. I should have had that well prepared. I was watching the order flow though. So kind of annoying. Whew. Anybody else catch that? That was fun. See if we get any of that. One and done for the day. Nice. There you go. There we go. Love to see you folks killing it. I'd love to see this thing continue to roll. It broke through 668. I almost added, but it was just looking a little bit too disastrous. Like I feel like we got blasted on that thing, and we're out. Okay, so we made $1,100, right? Hey, yay, go us! $1,100 in minutes. I love when we make that kind of money quickly, right? Because that will cover some straddles. I'm kidding. All right, let's see here. Rips, when you have a bad hand and the river goes to go your way, yeah, we ask for a reset. Slowly but surely starting to hate tops of X. Too many glitches, slippage, and non-filled orders. I enter on ES and it enters on MES. Tops of X is a mess. So what you want to make sure that you're doing is that you have your order box linked to your chart. So all of these issues, and I'm not trying to be rude to you, But a lot of these issues are usually operator error. And it's just with becoming familiar with the platform. All platforms are frustrating until they're not. And I'm not trying to, again, I'm not trying to be a to you, but I'm just saying, like, all platforms are very difficult to use until they're not. I've not had any of these issues on my own Top Step X, and it's not because I have a very special version of Top Step X. It's simply because there's certain things that you must do in the platform. Like there's colors that you need to link. Like my order is linked to my time and sales, is linked to my DOM, is linked to my chart. And because I'm using all of the same colors, right, they're all set to the blue color, they all are linked together. So you must have them all linked. So that's probably why you're seeing that. Okay. Rips, we have a new chess champion, the youngest at 18 years old. Who? No way. What happened to Magnus? Is he getting drunk? By the way, there's somebody named Dr. Drunkenstein in the chat. I wonder if that was Magnus watching. Let's see here. Chess champion. Who? Who the heck? Gukesh? I've never seen this kid before. Indians are great chess players. He's really 18 years old. Wow, he looks way older than 18. I didn't look like that at 18. There's no way. He's 18? Come on. Really? That's a grown man. Congratulations. Ribs, doesn't the sound of players playing with chips annoy you? No. Do you feel WPT high stack cash a lot different than normal high stack date? No. Sometimes we play way bigger in Bellagio. Like sometimes it's like, dude, over F1, the average stack at Bellagio was like 250K. There was people sitting with like 500, 700, 800K. And then there's another game that I play where it's like way bigger, way bigger. It can be scary. It can be terrifying because you're putting like beachfront condos in play. Do you take some days off during this month with low volatility? Sometimes, sometimes. Anybody have any questions about that trade? We're just playing the MC level here of 668. The little breaker, snapper, dinger of that level. That was lovely. Good volatility. Is MBO useful? Depends. If you're good at Bookmap, yes. If you're just getting started, probably not. Probably not. How many points is a good stop loss on a 50K account? If you're using micros, somewhere in the range of like $100, something like that. Just came in full depth of blank, depth of market. DOM, depth of market. Was your final P&L for the 3 days? About break even-ish, right? About break even-ish. Am I playing with Negreanu today? I don't think so. It's not on my schedule, so maybe you know something I don't know. I don't think so, no. Tree 2 Schwan, data incoming, like that. What is the announcer's name? Jesse Sylvia, I believe. Great laydowns, thank you. We in chat were telling them to get you a straw for the Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Looking out for me. Oh, it's good stuff. Hey, Rips, how do you actually use VPVR? Any tips, please? You're looking for volume shelves and distribution. And the market usually wants to go back into balance or repaint certain areas where there's gaps in liquidity. So for instance, here, let me just go to this chart. This is better. So here, you can see most of the agreement was down in this area of price. We have a triple kind of a multi-way distribution here, right? The further it extends out to the left-hand side, the more volume was transacted there. And so, we've had some volume here. If we are to give up this area of volume, it's pretty likely we'll start to visit this distribution, which is the prior day mid, or potentially start to trade in that zone down there. So that's usually how I'm using it. Or I'm setting it up, like looking at the 4 hour, looking at the 1 hour, and setting up areas of liquidity. Hey, Coach Jay in the building. Good morning, buddy. Steve has all the Doyle Brunson books. Yes, I have. I forgot he made a super system too. I think I only have the very first super system. Yeah, it's a good book. I mean, not anymore, but it was a good book to start with. Did Schwan lose 100K in the first hour and loaded another 100K? Yeah, I mean, I think she lost more than that. I don't know. We are pushing back up here. A lot of thicker offers here. People are getting blasted on the short side here. The free games are a joke. People shove pre-flop constantly. I think WSOP, the app game, people aren't, because you have to pay money for play money chips, I think. I miss full tilt poker. If you know, you know. Yeah. I used to play on UB, full tilt, stars, a little bit of party poker, but that was not my MO. Party poker was funny though. Like you could spin up like $7 in party poker. It's soothing. It bothers me. Yeah, there's like a mixed bag on who likes the chip sounds and who does not. Let's get into the 3-minute and watch this get wonky here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Right at the weekly open. That's an SW level right there if I've ever seen one. Senior Tilt seems to have some knowledge of the day trading world. Yeah, you like that conversation? That's funny. He's an interesting character. Got to watch a little last night. You look intimidating as hell. That wasn't my idea. I'm usually very friendly at the poker table, but I don't know. It was fun. Played a lot of poker. I don't hear it on stream. While I hear it, just doesn't bother me. Definitely becomes white noise. 100%, yes. Hey, Rips, are you going to be one of the VIP coaches for January draft? Maybe. We'll see. We shall see. Rips, 11 $200 days currently pending payout based on the first 5. Can another payout be requested to be made now? Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's more than, yeah, you should be fine. Poker's the best. My uncles and I would play every weekend until 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. the next morning. Nothing pissed me off more than inviting a noob and then winning out of pure luck. That's poker, though. Chip shuffling helps with the thought process of the fidgeting of emotions. Yes. I mean, it's just something to do. I mean, you don't even think about it. It just kind of happens. Like sometimes, like when I want to just relax, I put my chips back on my stack and I just kind of sit there and relax. But yeah, it's just something to do. Navigated beautifully last night, dude. Good stuff. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you, bud. You feel WT? No, we answered that already. Chip shuffling was on another level last night. Felt like they had the mics right next to the chips. That's annoying if it was that loud. I'm sorry. Rips, I see part of your hair on the right side when you play poker and the left side when you trade. Is that your superstition or your I don't know. Marcus had one of those on his wrist too. Yeah, so does Berkey. We all wear the whoops. The hoop. I enjoyed watching you play, but the chip shuffling is what kept me watching poker all the time. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see here. Let's see. Great seeing you play poker. Very cool. You seem like the only one there with an upbeat personality. It's just people are concentrating. Everybody there is very nice. I couldn't say a bad thing about a single player at that table. Really. And I mean that. Right? I think it's I love the poker community. Everybody in there is just so nice. Either you are lucky or she has bad karma in the past. Stop, that's mean. Why don't you ever drive the SF90? I do. I guess I haven't been driving it a lot lately, but I do drive it. It's not like, look, if I'm going to go play poker and I'm going to be playing on stream and I know that the stream is ending at 9 p.m. and I usually go to bed at 8 p.m., what I want to do is when I finish that stream is I want to go into the Bentley and I want to get a nice hot stone massage. The last thing I want to do is sit in a carbon fiber racing bucket seat and rip it home when I'm half asleep. Does that make sense? I would prefer getting a nice hot stone massage in the Bentley after I should be in bed 2 hours ago. So that's why I haven't been driving the SF90. The carbon fiber bucket seats are very, very comfortable, but not after I'm exhausted and playing poker that late. But, you know, I usually save it for the weekends too. It's nice to have something to look forward to. If you drive it all the time, it kind of spoils it. So I like to have something to look forward to, you know. Have you ever played the Garden in Cali? No, but I know a lot of players from there. Hawaiian Gardens. Rips, after 30 winning days of the XFA, can I pay out every single day or again in 5 days? As much as you want, whenever you want. But it's it's because it's after the cap thing. Yeah, so it's as much as you want, whenever you want. Hey Rips, how did it went yesterday after the dinner? I stayed until 3 a.m. to watch you. Love the way you manage your hands. Thank you, Yarden. I quit after the dinner break. I just quit because I was exhausted and the game was it wasn't going to produce much alpha for me at that point. Rips was so focused, he literally started levitating at the table. He's calling down. Decreased variance is what you're looking for. Thank you, Mason. Man, I used your link and said the discount would be applied at checkout and they charged me full $99. If it's your very first one, then it will give you a deeper discount. But if it's not, then you're going to pay full price. Were you disappointed in Ivy's level of involvement? No, because look, Ivy's a very busy person, and that game for Ivy is extremely small, and it's very boring for him. It's got to be extremely boring, and the fact that he stuck around and he actually entertained playing some hands seriously for the most part, outside of shoving ace jack. I mean, ace jack shove there is okay, I suppose. I can't believe Berkey holds up there though. Ugh. But anyway. He participated more than I thought he would, and he doesn't have to do that. And I was very, very happy that for the rest of my life, I have a highlight where I beat Phil Ivey in a hand, and I didn't have that great of a hand, and it felt great. That's cool. I'm very happy about that. So how could I ever complain, When you had those pocket kings to stare down if Dylan was epic. Oh, that was so good, wasn't it? Oh, a little switcherooski. The old, I think that you think that I think that you think that I'm bluffing. Got him. That was great. He was very, very, very upset about that. There's no way that anybody else is getting called down by a pair of sevens there. No shot. There's no way. It was just, I was so proud of myself with how well I played that hand. Berkey's hand against Marcus to put them out was crazy. Yeah, Marcus ran really bad, but he played very, very good. Sucks that when you're holding the lower equity hand and you win it, though. Yeah. Does anyone ever say no to running two boards? Yeah, Senior Tilt, Phil Ivey, and I think that was it yesterday. So they only wanted to run it once. Running it once is fun, too. That stuff pisses me off. Running it twice, best hand usually chop majority of the time. Yeah, I mean, it's up to, if one person says, I want to run it once, it's ran once. Both players must agree on anything ran more than one single time. It does help cut down on destroying your bankroll if you're playing a very, very big game. Now, given those pots were large, but they weren't like $1 million pots, well, some of them were almost $500,000, but you know what I'm saying, right? Didn't know until yesterday that my boy been playing with them for years. Who? What was that called when they flipped the river card and said no flip another one and took away the 9 that would have given you a straight? There's 2 boards. We're running 2 boards. I should have ran it once though. Explain the Ivy dynamic. He appeared totally uninterested in the proceedings. He is sponsored by WPT, and I think he had a contractual obligation to play on stream. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the game was just not playing to his liking, where it's like I quit at the dinner break because the game was not a game that I'm going to stick around and do well in, so to speak. It's just like, it's the same game I play at the Bellagio. There's the same players I play, so there's nothing special for it. There's no VIPs in the game. I want a soft seat. Like, I'm there to make money. I'm not there to like battle when I'm half asleep. Like, I should be in bed. Like, the game plays very, very late. For me, I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning. They're playing until 9. Like, I'm usually in bed by 7 or 8. So I didn't want to go and play difficult players with a mental capital completely spent at that point. He bet before Dylan acted. I don't think it was intentional. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Ribs can't seem to go with the trend. As a momentum trader, I was there every time you decided momentum trade instead of contrarian, which I am, and it sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Gary. Stick with it, though. Keep practicing. He had AA versus King versus A8 versus A. Dude, like, how lucky could you be? Like, what a gorgeous freaking setup. Like, give me that setup. That's like the best flushacito to the downside you've ever seen. They should have Rampage on Top Step TV. The skiing guy makes no sense. Not all of us live by the slopes. Like, I mean, whatever. I mean, Ethan and I follow each other now on Instagram, so maybe we can have a chat about it. I think there's a big crossover between the poker world and the trading world. I think there's a massive crossover there. John says, I was screaming at my monitor and you were making the right decision, especially when Berkey had pocket aces. Yes. Dude, I thought I played really well, like, given the situation. Did Ivy ever come back? No. Worst job numbers equals better for rate cuts? No. It's the PPI that's kind of dragging the market down right now. I downloaded WSOP on my phone last night and started playing. Nice, Trader Page. All right, here we go. We're catching up. I'm very, very slow in the chat. I apologize. A lot of questions today. I want to make sure everybody's voice is heard here. Sorry about being so delayed on this. I'm trying to get through all this. Holy smokes, I'm way behind. Okay. Dude, I'm so far behind. I'm missing all of this chat. Okay. Sorry. I missed a ton of chat here. All right, Rips, that's not true. Tops of X is new and it sucks at times. I don't know. I've only had very, very slight issues. I'm not trying to fire shots at anybody. I've only had very slight issues. Nothing that's really been detrimental to my trading personally. So been using it since January, never had these issues. I'm sorry to hear that. Just again, like make sure that your chart linkings are on and all of that. Like there's a lot of things that you need to, one thing that you want to do before you trade, have a pre-flight checklist that you kind of go through, right? Have a pre-flight checklist, a pre-trade checklist that you go through. And it's good. Like I used to do this all the time. I'd have a yellow notepad on my desk and I'd actually like have it all written out. And there was a page that I'd flip back to and I'd have all of my pre-trade checklists, like especially when I was doing small caps, like checking the filings, checking how much liquidity is there, how much volume is traded, what's the volume in the last 10 days, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Have a pre-trade checklist before you start trading. It'll help you. Just make sure that everything is set properly. The link. Yeah, the chart link is mega important. Okay. I'm a software engineer. About 90% of the time it's user error. Yeah, if you work in IT, you know that. Magnus isn't playing anymore. That's too bad. Let's see here. Okay, talk about the chart links here. The stress of chess ages one. Yeah, that dude does not look 18. Thank you, Rips was able to get back a 1K loss this Asia session. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Happy it helped. My word of the day is mirror. The price action looks like one giant mirror this week on the 1,000 tick chart. There you go. When you say traders should play poker, is that online or has to be face-to-face? As much as experience as you can get. Like maybe try thinking about, you know what's great about poker that I get fulfilled from is the social aspect. You get to be hanging out with your buds for hours and often. So maybe consider organizing a poker game with your friends that rotates weekly. And that's always a lot of fun because you get to be social. And we miss that a lot in this day and age. We're very much a texting society where we're very much not face-to-face. And it's just nice to have a real live conversation without devices. By the way, we are rolling over again in person. And so I would recommend organize a home game with your buds. Have it do a Wednesday night home game. Bring poker back. It's a great way to be social. And it doesn't have to be for big bucks, dude. You can have it where everybody buys in for $10, $20, and you give everybody some chips, $20. You just shoot the breeze, Whoop has a 1-month free trial. I'm considering trying. How's it improved your life and health? It allows me to stay on top of how I'm treating my body and how much I'm recovering. All right. Why the dealer? Yeah, we got through that. Okay. Rips, do you think Bobby Fischer would actually beat God in a chess? Maybe they're playing. Rips, can you explain what you saw that made that trade short and get out of that exit point? Overhead liquidity was coming in very, very hot and heavy, and it was chasing the price down, so I wanted to follow that momentum. What's the highest stake you played in poker? Basically, what worked out to be about 1,500, 3,000 no limit. So the blinds being 1,500, 3,000. Incredibly high. Like nosebleed stakes. Everyone was saying playing for houses. Yeah, that's fun. When you leave a runner, what are you targeting? The market continuing lower, and I'm going to trail my stop close to it. Senior Tilt had a lovely AP on. Rips, is your day date or a Sky Dweller? I have a day date with the chandelier factory bezel. It's awesome. It's a great piece. I liked his AP though. I want to pick one of those up. It's a beautiful AP. It's a skeleton black AP. I think I actually might get that one. It's a very nice piece. How many days left to play poker? I'm not playing on, there's no more WPT cash game stream that I'm playing on, and I'm playing on stream again January 25th. So January 25th is when I'll be back on a poker stream, but I'll be playing plenty of poker before then. We flooded the chat for you last night. Thank you, K-John. Do players get paid to be on the WPT stream? Yes, they paid me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I didn't have to buy in any of my own money. No, I'm kidding. No. Not that I'm aware of. Maybe some of the WPT sponsored players, like maybe Rampage, maybe Schwan, maybe Ivy, but I'm not informed of any of those deals if there were any. I'm assuming that nobody got any free money to be on there. We're all playing with our own money. We're all putting up our own risk. I didn't see a stop loss when you entered. Were you that confident in the trade you didn't feel like you needed it? I had my finger on the button that I could have stopped myself out immediately, but no, I didn't put a stop in. If the market started to do some things, then I would have put one in there. What does BBG mean on the player scorecard? Probably BBS, big blinds. It's the number of big blinds that a player has. So that's what I'm guessing. Can you talk about the 2-pair 7-6 hand that you raised on the turn? I was kind of diamond checking him there. I wanted to make sure, it was a great laydown by Marcus, but I was diamond checking him. And if he had the ace of diamonds, then I'm going to find that out pretty quickly. I figured he had a large pocket pair, and I would have liked to see a call on the turn, but him with no diamonds makes his call very low equity. I mean, he's very much behind in most situations there, so it was a great fold by him. Rose, was that your wife in the background last night? Yes. One hell of a rocket. How did everybody see that? Like, I got more comments about that than you believe. Like, how did anybody see that? Like, insane. Like, I'm like, did they like zoom in on her face or something? It's like crazy. People are like, dude, you see the ring? Like, I love my wife. I love her very, very much. I love her that much. Okay, thank you. So even if we don't speak about amount of stack, you don't feel you have less edge against poker VIPs than WPT table? No, it's all the same for me. It's all the same. Those were high stakes, but that's certainly not the highest stakes I've ever played. Those are very, very high stakes. I mean, we're playing for condos and houses, but it's like, I mean, I'm very comfortable playing those stakes. Very, very comfortable. How much do you think these pros determine their bankroll size for poker relative to their net worth? I mean, it's a sliding scale, right? It scales with, you go up in stakes when your bankroll permits it, but you need to have like, I mean, it depends on the variance of the game that you're playing. Some games, most of the games, like pretty much the big top pros, we're all playing private games. The VIPs and pros are playing private games that are invite only. And depending on what type of game it is, there's certain private games that swing crazy where like people are winning and losing $700K to $3 million in a night. You need a big bankroll to withstand those swings, but you can also take a shot at those games. Like if you've had a good week, you can maybe set aside a part of your bankroll to take a shot at those games. It's a lot like trading. If you want to scale up, you have to build up some equity in your account before you start scaling up. And that's why we have like the scaling plan on Top Step. You need to build up your account before you can take more contracts, right? Where are we seeing thicker offers on Bookmap? Literally, it shows up. I mean, we could see it. Let's see on the price coming down here if you could see it. I mean, they might be very, very small, but removed. I mean, here's one right here. There's a thicker offer right there. That is good for, like 45 contracts, but it's better to see when it's happening. You can go back and watch that portion of the stream there. My mom taught me to play poker when I was 13. The chip noises just get blocked out. There you go. WPT needs more rips. It's so fun to watch. Hope we can watch more. It's so much money and exciting as a viewer. Nice. I'm glad you enjoyed. Have you ever lost it at a poker game and said FML? Yeah, dude, I've pulled the ripcord many, many times in poker for sure. But I don't sit there and there's times when I'll sit there and I will have tilted, but I don't make a habit of that. Like I'm very good at pulling the ripcord. Like let's just say that I'm in a game and I'm like setting aside like 3 100K bullets and like I get through the first bullet and I'm extremely tilted. There's a lot of times where I'll just pull the ripcord right there and just go home. And I don't want to dust off an extra 200K. So there's times when that happens, but then there's times when I'm not tilted and I'll sit there and I'll fight. Like day 2, I sat there and I fought. I was down like almost 200K on day 2, and I ended the day like down minus 50. So, you know, some days you want to fight. Some days you're just like, I'm not in the right mental state, right? Is Schwan a full-time poker player? Yes, she's a pro. Mm-hmm. Is it about to be a falling knife day? I don't know. The news wasn't that bad for the market. That's the thing. A lot more Jack than I. That's fun. I've never watched poker until you started talking about it. I find it very interesting. What app or website you recommend it if I'm interested in learning? WSOP on the App Store, and Google Play App Store, and Apple App Store. Do the Play Money version, obviously. Someone kept calling us bots for supporting you. I mean, it looked that way, right? People were shocked at the turnout by the Rips Raiders. Awesome. Appreciate all of you. Boop doop boop boom. Rips, tell me a bit about Market Clubhouse. Considering joining, consider you a mentor. I would just say stick around for the free YouTube streams. Stick around here for at least 6 to 8 months, the free YouTube streams. Hey, Rips, I signed up for WPT Gold yesterday. Played a tourney, ended up making the final table. I finished 8th out of 250. Nice. There you go. You guys, do they have you guys mic'd up during the game? I think the chips are loud because they need to turn the volume really high to hear you guys speaking at the table. Yes, we are all wearing lavalier mics that are pinned to our shirts. Talking was normal, but any laughs were extra loud. I mean, I thought the production was really good. Like, the production quality was extremely good. What are some unwritten poker rules? Don't tilt, be disciplined, stay patient. I'm sure those are all written somewhere, though. Is Phil Ivey's stare kind of intimidating, do you think? Dude, we were getting into it in that hand. I mean, very limited exposure, but for me, it was like time slowed down because it was awesome. Like his childhood dream to play with Phil Ivey. But yeah, it was great. I've heard his stare is extremely intimidating, but feel like I stared it right back at him, got him to fold. Nice drawing hand. I'm surprised that he folded that drawing hand for only 6,000. But there you go. Would you consider getting a Honda? I think I've had a Honda before. I think. Or maybe just Toyotas. But I mean, sure, I guess, if I needed to. Hey, Ribs, qualified for my first payout today after 5 green days. First, I want to thank you for the wisdom. The balance is currently 1,200. Think of taking 50%. Not sure. Yes. If it's your first payout, take it immediately, please. How long did you have to drive to the place where you usually play poker? It depends on traffic, and it depends on which car I'm driving. If I'm driving very, very quickly, probably about 20 minutes. If I'm taking my time, 20 to 40 minutes. Depends on traffic. Hey, Ribs, thoughts on either trading one NQ copy 350K accounts versus 3 NQ 150K account with live long-term goal? Looking to hear any thoughts. Trading reps, it makes more sense. When you get moved over to the live account, there's no more account size really, right? So it doesn't matter. It's all one and the same. Just find something you are comfortable with that works well for you. They mentioned your early bedtime. Actually, you left. Wait, the players or the announcer? That's funny. Ribs, who was the guy night before last with the beanie that kept hollering at the table? Oh, that's Kier. He's one of the best players in the world. Literally. He's actually one of the best players in the world. Straight up. Like, he's incredible. He was just trying to make a clip for WPT, trying to have fun. Seen you fold that ace-8 offsuit? I know. I think it was ace-7. Wasn't it ace-7? I'm pretty sure it was ace-7. But yeah, Berkey couldn't get another dime out of me. Berkey not too fond of Phil, really? I mean, he got paid off by him, so. Do poker players hate the traders because we're 95% of the chat? No, not at all. How's it feel to have your name listed before Phil Ivey on the stream? It was cool because we have so much support. Our community's so strong. That's why. That's why we had that. Ivy plays the highest of high stakes in the world. Things rarely seen on TV. Yeah, I mean, the room at the Aria is named Ivy's room. Commented that you're going to love that clip. That's awesome. Berkey, I'll never forget that guy. I watched all 3 nights and I couldn't believe the deck gods favored him for 3 days. Good for him, but geez. Yeah, it would have been nice if the deck gods would have favored me. Just a little, just a taster. Just a little, would have been nice. Sorry, late to the party. Missed that. Where was that? I'm so far behind on chat. I'm sorry. How many cards do you have? What are they? Right now, I only have 3 cards, but SF90, GT Speed, and GLE 63S. Phil Ivey is so intimidating, his whole look and attitude. He's a great player. I got nothing but good things to say about him. You should be sponsored for WPT. I didn't see that many people in chat for Ivy's all rips. Yeah, maybe they will. We'll see. That's some rounders stuff, sitting down with Ivy and winning a hand. I know, right? Isn't that cool? So cool. Yeah, link me the video. Send me a DM with the video for the angle controversy. Please, I would very much appreciate that. Thank you so much if you could do that for me. Have you watched any replays and identified opportunities such as potential tells when you're ahead, like the speed of your play facial body? I'm going to now that I have like time to relax. I've just been in go mode for the last 3 days. That was a real money what you play? Yes. It's certainly not play money. It's not combine chips. Senior Tilt is his real name or poker name because that's a funny name. It's his poker name. I thought you played very good. Thank you. Which option to purchase Bookmap is best for futures? Get global with use rhythmic data is my recommendation. Just want to congratulate you on your WPT. Play great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Great laydowns. Thank you. That's the thing too. If you're behind and you're making good laydowns, it's the best you can do. Rips, honestly, I swear you can see their cards the way you play, knowing when to hold and phone, uncanny, frequent, awesome, definitely pro ball. Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you. Also, I was calling out hands too. Like I soul read Ethan, I soul read Berkey. I was calling out their hands like to their faces. What type of hair dye do you use? 0. Look, dude. Look like. I guess I use a hair dye that perfectly textures my hair from gray to beautifully salt and pepper. Hey Rips, does poker help you in your trading? Yes, they are one and the same. They kept calling us bots after you left because it kept saying stuff about you. That was hilarious. Been using Top Step X and only had 2 issues. Both times Top Step made it right. So there you go. If you are having issues with Top Step, then absolutely 100%. I would say maybe reach out to them, and if you don't think it's operator error, you know, I'm hesitant to suggest that, but you know, daily stop loss removed on Top Step. Yes, on Top Step X it is. Yes. Hey Rips, how did you do yesterday? Congrats on being at the table. That's awesome. Broke even. All right, let's see here. What happens when you have no real friends? Make some new friends at the poker table. Go to your local card room. Make some new friends. We have a poker tournament on Oculus VR. I didn't know they did that. That's cool. Do you think the Whoop is a self-fulfilling prophecy? I don't know what you mean by that. I use the data that my Whoop gathers about me, and I use it to my advantage. I don't think it's I think it's all helpful. Ribs, can I ask which volume profile indicator you use? VPVR, right here. VRVP. On Top Step X is VPVR. On TradingView, it's VRVP. Ivy played with WPT chips? Nope. He showed up with a backpack full of cash. He wired in and he brought a backpack full of cash. That's why I was like excited, because it looked like he actually wanted to play. So no, I don't think that was a sponsor. He literally showed up with bricks of cash. So nope, no free chips there. The Squid Queen was getting on my nerves with the nagging about playing the Squid Game. I know, me too. I was kind of needling back at her. Hey Rips, I don't know what a big blind is, but I have 1 million cash. I want to play poker. Please DM me. We have a seat open specifically for you. And I would be happy to fly you out here as well. Come on down, please. I would love that. It'd be lovely to meet you. Found out my sister's been playing a weekly game recently. Busted out the chips on Thanksgiving, hoping to use poker to connect with family more. $20 buy-in for a friendly game. I love that. That's awesome. I love that. Berkey has ridiculous luck on hands. It happens, though. That's part of poker. You get lucky sometimes. Finally get to see Mrs. Rips. Lucky man. Thank you. I'm very blessed. Very, 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 very lucky. It was fun to see that Rips was the first player mentioned in the title. Yeah, that was cool. Very, very cool. Best iPhone app for poker? Probably WSOP one. Rips, what is your biggest loss in poker session? I think in a single session, 300 to 400K. Somewhere in that range. But I'm usually quick to pull the ripcord before it gets lights out, like 300 or 400K in a single session. Why did Senior 2 leave so early? He had some meetings. Wow. Why am I so slow on chat today? How do I get good at understanding probabilities? Study statistics, perhaps? Is WPT gold real money or fake? Whoever played the tourney? I'm not sure. I'm not familiar. Let's see here. Production, players, everything. Yeah, it was a great stream. It was a really, really great stream. Trump is ringing the bell at NYSE. He is in 16 minutes. He didn't fall for that Burke trap. Good fold. Yeah, and I told him exactly what he had to. I loved needling him about that. He was so mad. He is so good. We'd love to see you say Jerome. That'd be ridiculous. I've heard it said that holding runners is where the real money is made. Your thoughts on this? I always think that if you can, you should be able to afford to hold a runner. Yes. Let's see here. Taking the subway to work and everything delayed from Trump. I work on Wall Street and they're skipping that stop. Interesting. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of security in town too. Where do you draw most of your income poker trading? I was very fortunate early in life with selling a company and then having other companies that did very, very well. And that gave me my capital to be able to trade my own real money. And I was fortunate with trading. And then I've been playing poker for over 20 years. And poker has been very good to me as well. So I'd say the holy trifecta, I suppose. Thing. I'm a very, very lucky dude. What can I say? Like, I'm honestly, like, I'm being dead serious. I'm a very, very lucky person. I'm extremely lucky, and I never take it for granted. Any view about the open today, especially after news? I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to be very patient in my trades off the open here. Let's hit the lucky like button, folks, because I'd love to do a poll in here before the market opens. We're already at 509. Let's go ahead and do it. Start a poll here. Will the NQ end the day above or below 21,675? Above, below. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and vote the poll there. It's loading. There we go. Hey, love you right back there, Holy Earth. Thank you for the dono. Appreciate you. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm scrolling back here on chat. Oh yeah, that one kid got mad about poker technical terms being used in a pro event. Gave me a good like. He was interesting character. I hope to play with him again. Okay, scrolling up here. Okay, we're getting through all of this. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, getting through all this. Rips, when are you releasing the Christmas album? Look up Ivy's net worth. The guy's is 125 million. He's not playing fake money. Yeah, dude, he showed up with literally a duffel bag full of cash. Like he was playing his own money. Don't worry. Yes, Mrs. Rips knows she was on TV. People were sending me pictures. That's funny. Let's see here. Someone drop a time code for Mrs. Rips. I mean, you can't miss her. She's like right in the background. So how does it work? You wire in for 100K and that's your chip stack, or you can lose buyback. No, we were playing at the Wynn Casino. So I have a box and an account at the Wynn. So I just take chips out of my box. And that was it. Just bring your chips. And if you don't have a box at the Wynn or you don't have an account at the Wynn, you would wire in, or you bring a duffel bag full of cash. It's clear that Rips is just one of those guys you got to hate because he's good at everything. Dude, come on. Don't hate me. Come on. Who had the best kicks over the 3 days? Couldn't see which ones you had on last. I was wearing the Lucky Green Bears again. So no specialties there. Don't forget that you worked hard too. Yeah, of course you work hard, but there's definitely a lot of luck in life that's involved. Luck plays a huge role, right? You can work very, very hard without any luck, and you can get bad luck too. There's a lot of bad things that can happen. There's a lot of good things that can happen. Variance, right? It's all about persistence, discipline, patience. In most things in life, that's the key to success. Persistence is a big one. Persistence goes a long way. If you're not a persistent person, you're probably unlikely to be successful unless you get very lucky on the onset of whatever you're trying to do. I've got the wife, kid, not bad looks. Now I need the rips, luck on money. Who would you say is the hardest player to read at the poker table? I don't know. I pride myself on being pretty good at being able to read people. I mean, I think Senior Tilt would be probably pretty difficult to read. Berkey can be somewhat difficult to read, but his lines give away. I mean, Berkey's a great player. I don't want to talk smack on anybody, but I mean, I don't know. Who would be the hardest? I don't know. I pride myself on being able to read people, so it's a tough question for me. I feel like they're all kind of at the equal level for me to read them. I mean that. Any chance for a community home game soon? We could probably find a website that we could do a community home game on and do some prizes for like free combines or something like that. Good morning, Ribs. Late to the party this AM, but was awesome seeing you on WPT. And just a reminder that you're doing great here and we all appreciate it. Thank you, Caleb. Appreciate you. How often do you trade bell to bell? Very rarely anymore. I used to do it all the time. In my very initial start of trading, I traded like all day and deep into the post-market trade. What were the key on the wristbands for? Ivy and Marcus have one on. They make us lock all of our electronic devices up so that you can't cheat, which is kind of silly because nobody's going to be cheating out of that table. Hey, Ribs, you must have a high IQ. Have you ever taken a test? Yeah. Count me in for community poker game. I would love to. I would love to do that. By the way, we are 10 minutes here from the open. If we get it up to, let's do 1,200 likes. Just get up to 1,200 likes. We'll stick around. We're at 600 right now. Let's all just click the lucky like button here. Let's do it. The blonde lady is his wife. Yes, that is Mrs. Ribs. I will be on Top Step TV today. I will be on for Power Hour. Gonna be a lot of fun. Ribs, thanks for reintroducing me to poker. Mini tried, but after watching your trading on Top Step here and knew I had to watch WPT. Congrats and thank you. I will now be playing once again. Nice. I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of benefits crossover from your poker into your trading and vice versa. Do you click your own like button every day? I click this stuff out of that thing. Maybe Ivy was checking the chat. I really doubt it. Oh, goodness. All right, we'll give you 4 more minutes here. 4 more minutes if we can hit this benchmark. Otherwise, we's got to go. We's got to go. Can I see the poker replay on YouTube? Yes. Here, let me drop the link for yesterday's game. It's right here. If you want to rewatch the stream, and I'm going to be watching it for the first time today after I finish trading today. I'm super excited because I get to see all the chat and everything. I haven't seen any of it. I've seen like 2 or 3 hands from it, but like I was like fast forwarding through it. But no, I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to see. And again, let me just say, I really do honestly appreciate every single person who tuned in. That means the world to me. I mean, your energy is what kept me afloat yesterday. It's so cool to have the support of everybody in here that, you know, even if you don't know anything about poker, you came by and you checked it out, you watched, you participated. That was cool. I'm very, very blessed and thankful for that. I have to say, like, again, very lucky dude. Very, very lucky dude. Is watching it like football players watching tapes of prior games to learn from it? Yes, you can learn a lot from it. And I can see if I have any facial tics or expressions that I need to work on controlling or anything that I'm doing. A lot of things that I can learn from it to help me. Even Albin, too. I forgot about that guy. That was funny. When you watch, look for the blonde in the back. She looks just like her identical twin. How many hours do you sleep, Ribs? Last night I got 6 hours. 6 hours of sleep last night. I woke up pretty late this morning. Every time y'all don't like the stream, he casually goes on to make 5,000 on the open. It's okay, though. I don't mind. I like hanging out in the Discord. We have a good family in there. It's always a good time. So no shame, no fault there. All right, we got 2.5. A minute and a half more to get 500 likes. I don't know. Greg says, I was cheering for you, Rips. I know nothing about poker. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you. Was your wife the blonde chick in the back? She was, yes. That's Mrs. Rips. All right, one more minute here. One more minute. The way they shuffle the chips and how many times helps tell their hand confidence. I wish it was that easy. I mean, there's a little bit to it sometimes, but most professionals that are playing at that stake generally not going to give you too much information there. Let me link it again. It's right here. There you go. There's the link. Crazy Dezio. 500 people left. Mouse click doesn't work. All right, folks. Well, I don't think we're going to hit it, but let's go ahead and end the poll here. I'll be back tomorrow for Friday. We'll trade again tomorrow. It's fun to trade our live account together. We got $1,126 right there in the profit. Very happy with that. A lot of fun. Folks, I will see you at Top Step TV later today for Power Hour, so make sure you tune in there. And as always, if you ever want to help me out, and I do appreciate it very much, what you can do on your way out is just click this link here, and that helps me out tremendously and lets Top Step know I'm doing a good job. But outside of that, I appreciate you all tuning in, not only to this stream this morning, but tuning into the WPT Cash Game. That was a lot of fun. There could be more streams in the future. Hopefully you folks will stop by for those as well. And I hope you all have a blessed day today. I'll see you later on if you're on Top Step TV. If I miss you there, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow for our Friday stream. Take care, everybody. Don't go anywhere if you're on the Discord. I'll be right with you. Take care.